Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. We got NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We're going to have 5 picks that are great value bets for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. I can't wait till we get to 10K. We're going to have a lot of fun giving away some stuff, doing some parlay giveaways, possibly some merchandise giveaways, so looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure you guys follow us over on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for picks, content, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. Also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Also check out our community Discord page as well. Great way to connect with our community, get access to the chat, more picks and research. It's absolutely free. Join the Discord down below as well. Alright guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you all are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, the cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to our picks and plays early. Basically all the lines and research and notes that I give out on our community tab for all of our Straight Fire MVPs. About an hour to 2 in advance of the video. So if you guys are interested in that, you can do that. Like I said, just the cost of about a coffee per month, $3.99. You also get a badge next to your name, some custom emojis, shout outs in our videos, and roll call in the Discord. Great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel as well. It's the cost of about a coffee per month. So appreciate all of you guys. We're up to almost 80 channel members, so I appreciate all of you guys. You guys absolutely rock. Let's do a quick recap now from the last episode. We're returning from the All-Star break today, guys. I'm super pumped about that. We're going to have 5 plays today. We'll also have ladder challenge out later today. We're going to be running the ladder challenge, by the way, every day. I'm committed to that. Whether we win or lose, it's going to happen. So tailor that at your own risk. They're parlays. It's meant to be a fun thing. We're going to start with $10. Some people get bent out of shape because we lose some of those. I don't care. We're going to be running those every day. Whatever happens, happens. We're going to do our best with that, and we're going to try to make it all the way to 5K, and we're not stopping until we do. You heard it here first. But quick recap from the day right before the All-Star break. This is from NBA Wednesday the 14th, Valentine's Day. We ended up going 1-3, minus 2.21 units. It was not a good day at all for us, guys. So we're definitely looking to bounce back from that. Definitely a sad day there for us, but it happens. You know, we went on a little bit of a rough stretch towards the end of the, right before the break there. We were on a scorching run where we were absolutely killing it. And then, the last, week or so, we kind of hit a little bit of a cold stretch. But we're ready to bounce back. Well, let's get after it today, guys. You guys ready for a 5-0 sweep today? I know I am. We need it. We're going to have our For the Sweep parlay as well here at the end of the video. I'll have a graphic for that. We're going to put a 1/10 of a unit on that as well. So let's get after it today, guys. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got Kevin Durant. Over 12.5 rebounds and assists here for the Phoenix Suns. Plus 104 odds on FanDuel. We're putting a unit and a half on this. So this is something different I'm going to be doing post All-Star break, guys. Our number 1 pick will be our best pick of the day. So this will be my favorite play of the day. As far as value and all that other stuff, and we're going to always put a unit and a half on this. So trying something new with this as well. For those of you guys just looking for one pick, this is my favorite one of the day. So I love the value, first of all. I always love plus money. You guys know this. I'm not afraid of plus money because they still cash. Really, it's not really a matter of, I don't really look too much into as far as being deterred by odds. Like if you see plus 120, I'm not playing that because it's plus 120. No. You can do a full scope of what you're looking at, but overall, I love this play today, guys. He's got a prop stock cash projection of plus 1.45, so they got him going over as well. He's 6 of his last 10 on the road to this line. I love this matchup today, though, with the Mavericks, and particularly it being on the road. He's 2 for 2 this year versus the Mavericks with logs of 15 and 17, so clearing with room to spare. Mavs here, 7th most rebounds, 3rd most assists, 2 power forwards this season. 9th most rebounds, 6th most assists to power forwards over the last 7 games. We always like to know how they're doing recently. And we know PJ Washington came over from the Hornets, going to be starting at power forward here for the Mavericks, so it makes a little bit of a difference. But he posted 15 rebounds and assists versus PJ Washington and the Hornets earlier this year. PJ obviously now starting at power forward on the Mavs. But I still got Durant. Obviously, love the matchup history versus PJ Washington. There we just talked about that. And also, the Mavericks here still are going to allow a lot of opportunities, I think, to Durant, regardless of who's playing power forward. The reason being is they play at the 8th highest pace, the 2nd highest pace over the last 3 games since these new additions. So, honestly, I like seeing that. Pace of play is a huge thing as far as your opportunities and the chances that you're going to get. So, I think you'll get a lot of rebound chances. I think you'll get a lot of assist opportunities as well. This is a pretty close spread. So the books have this as a close game. You never know what can happen. Honestly, the Suns have dominated the Mavs kind of lately. We took the Suns spread earlier versus the Mavs on the road for when they were plus money and they cashed that easily. So I expect it to be a close game, though. Overall, it should be. I mean, you got a nice collection of talent now for Dallas, and Phoenix obviously is very talented. So this should be a close game. Should be. You got Durant, though, averaging 8.9 potential assists, 10.3 rebound chances per game over the last 10 games. That's 19.2 opportunities overall. But like I said, those opportunities are going to go up here versus Dallas, versus a top 10 highest paced team. I love seeing that. So I love everything about this pick, guys. I love the matchup history. I love his history versus Washington. I love that he's on the road. I love that the fact he should get more opportunities versus Dallas. Let's lock in and cash number 1, guys. We got it there for our number 1 pick. We got Kevin Durant over 12.5 rebounds and assists, plus 104 odds on FanDuel, 1.5 units on that play. Okay, and at number 2, we got Klay Thompson over 20.5 PRAs here for the Golden State Warriors, minus 104 odds on Caesars. This one was actually really close to being in my top pick as well. It was between Durant and Klay Thompson, honestly. I love what he did right before the All-Star break, coming off the bench and posting, I believe it was 43 PRAs versus the Jazz. Played lights out off the bench. Now he's coming out of the All-Star break in a great matchup with the Lakers. His line's less than half that, which I love seeing that. Props.cash has his projection as plus 4.82, so I got him going well over this line as well. He's 4 for 10 in his last 10 games, 5 of his last 10 at home, 6 for 6 in his last 6 regular season games versus the Lakers. Love seeing that. Lakers allow the 3rd most points, the most assists, and the 12th most rebounds to shooting guards, so we love that. The numbers are also very similar over the last 7 games as well. New role, obviously, for Thompson coming off the bench when she excelled with 43 PRAs in his first game versus the Jazz. Love that. He seemed to really embrace the role off the bench. He seemed to know what he was doing. He seemed very confident. That's the thing that I think I love the best is now you get some clarity for Klay Thompson. If he settles into this role, I think he'll settle well into it. He knows he has to be the aggressor when he comes out with the second unit. He knows he's out there to shoot. He knows he's out there to score. There's no doubts about that. There's not really a lot of how do I fit into this offense now with Kuminga, Curry, and all these guys that like to shoot as well. Thompson's going to be more just filling that role coming off the bench, which I love that. And he's still getting about the same minute count, which is kind of cool. We saw him play almost 30 minutes there versus the Jazz. So if he could do that again, I think once again, I love his odds of going over. I think he's going to shoot a lot. It's a matter of if the ball goes in the basket. But like I said, I think he's going to be a lot more confident and ready to play in that role, which we'd love to see that. So love it there, guys, for number 2 pick. We got Klay Thompson over 20.5 PRAs here for the Golden State Warriors, minus 104 odds on Caesars. Okay, and at number 3, I really love this one too, guys. I love this slate today. We got Paolo Banchero over 21.5 points here for the Orlando Magic, minus 102 odds on FanDuel. Once again, props.cash projection of plus 5.35. We love to see that. Again, has him going well over. Over in 7 of his last 10 games, 7 of his last 10 here on the road. He's had 20 plus points in his last 10 road games. So that kind of gives you an idea right there. Even when he's missed in those 3 games on the road, he still had 20 points in each of those games. Which, if you want to take it just for 20, that's still pretty good value even there. But 21.5, I still love, guys. Actually, in this, you wouldn't think this is a great matchup for him. And kind of on paper, you kind of have to do a deep dive into it. But last game that he played Cleveland at Cleveland, he had 42 points. Both Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen were playing in that game. Starting and playing in that game. Now the 2 games he went under versus the Cavs, he was playing at home, and Evan Mobley wasn't on the floor. So I like the matchup here with Mobley. Mobley is undersized. He's 6'11", 215 pounds. So he is a great defender in a lot of ways, but versus a guy, Banchero's a big, beefy guy. He could definitely use his size versus a guy like Mobley, and we could see him do that. We obviously saw him dominate that matchup, honestly, versus Mobley. And the Cavs still won that game going away. So I don't really see it as something where, the Cavs going to have to adjust on to Banchero. I don't think they're going to care that much if they're winning by 10 plus. But Banchero should be able to take advantage, honestly, of this matchup here with Mobley. Like I said, he is kind of undersized for his height, 215 pounds. I mean, I'm not that far off from that. I'm just saying. I'm kind of a fatty. I'm just saying. But Cavs for the season, you'll see 5th fewest points to power forwards, 4th fewest over the last 7 games. So if you look at it that way, you're like, oh, Steve, I don't know. But a couple things, his line is adjusted as such, for one, to that. Because his line is super low. 21.5 is super low for Banchero, honestly. And we've seen the success that he's had. And he's had a great success versus Mobley. Sometimes it's more about how they play versus each other. And Banchero's game really, bodes well here versus Mobley. And like I said, he wasn't playing in the 2 games he went under. And then, if you go back to last year, he's 3 of 6 his last 6 overall versus Cleveland. But obviously, he has an expanded role than he had last year as well. So you kind of got to take that into account. So, love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we got Paolo Banchero over 21.5 points here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 102 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 4, we got the Charlotte Hornets plus 10 spread here versus the Utah Jazz. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. I love this as well. We played the Hornets right before the break. That was our lone win that we had on that Valentine's Day Wednesday when they beat the Hawks. That was our one play that hit. I love rolling with them again here. The spread is just simply too high for me to not take it. They're on a 3-game winning streak since they've added the new additions with Trey Mann, Seth Curry, Micic. They beat the Hawks, Pacers, and Grizzlies. Hawks and Pacers were kind of tough. It could be tough teams to beat. And really, they won those games all going away. So, this Hornets team is looking a little different, guys. And, for asking a team like the Jazz to cover 10 points, I know the Jazz are good at home, but come on. 10 points at home is a little much. Hornets are 4th best in defensive efficiency over the last 3 games, or rather defensive rating. 11th best in offensive rating over the last 3 games as well. So they've really played well over these last 3 games. Meanwhile, the Jazz are 0-3 and dead last in defensive rating over the last 3 games. 10th in offensive rating. So the Jazz are trending that way. Hornets are trending this way. So obviously I love seeing that and heading in. I think you got a much more confident Hornets team. I love Brandon Miller and Bridges. So now you put Trey Mann around them, who's playing very well, distributing the ball well. I love seeing that. I love what he's doing for the Hornets. His second game with the Hornets, I believe I faded him, and I learned from that because he had like 7 or 8 assists. But he's been playing great. Almost had a triple-double the last game, guys. He's been absolutely killing it, and we love seeing that. Like I said, gives him that support around Bridges and Miller, and if he continues to play like that, this team's going to do really good with him. So obviously, Hornets not a lot left to play for, but like I said, going forward the rest of the season, we're going to keep looking at these spreads here on the Hornets. So, love it there, guys. For number 4 pick, we got the Charlotte Hornets plus 10 spread here versus the Utah Jazz. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and finally at number 5, we got Precious Achiuwa. Under 12.5 points here for the New York Knicks. Minus 120 odds on DraftKings. So once again, we got a props.cash projection of negative 2.41, which is obviously what we want when we're taking an under. The big thing here for Achiuwa that I was looking at, guys, you're getting DiVincenzo, Bogdanovich, Hartenstein, all expected back here for the Knicks. So we saw Achiuwa score 23 in a game versus the Magic right before the break, but that was without all those players. So you get all these guys back. This guy hardly ever goes over the number. He's under in 9 of his last 10 games on the road, 5 of his last 10 overall. But like I said, you're adding all these pieces back into the lineup. Achiuwa's not going to be a guy that's looking to shoot or score. You got too many other guys that could shoot the ball. And really, the weakness isn't particularly at the power forward position right now for the 76ers. 76ers actually allowing the 5th fewest points to power forwards over the last 7 games. 8th fewest for the season. So they play that position decently. I know Embiid's not there, but you still got Tobias Harris there, which should be able to kind of hold Achiuwa down as far as scoring goes. Achiuwa's probably going to get rebounds and assists. I wouldn't take any of his PRA unders, but as far as the points, he's not a guy that typically looks to shoot. That's just not really part of his game. He's a hustle player. He can get putbacks. That's the only scary thing. If we can kind of keep him off the offensive glass, I feel pretty good about it, honestly. Like I said, the big thing is he's on the road. all these players coming back for the Knicks, and he's not a guy that's going to be shooting the ball a ton. He's just not. I know he shot the ball 16 times versus the Magic because he just had to, and they lost by 18. That's not a formula they want to go with. Even though he did play fairly well, he was 8 of 16 from the floor. But I think here, with all these players coming back for the Knicks, look for him to go under. So, love it there for number 5 pick, guys. We got Precious Achiuwa, under 12.5 points here for the New York Knicks, minus 120 odds on DraftKings. All right, guys. And now for the sweep parlay. You'll notice that we have Klay Thompson over 15.5 points. They didn't have a PRA line on FanDuel for Klay Thompson. They do on DraftKings, though, and Caesars and a lot of the other books, just not on FanDuel, at least right now. I don't even know if they're going to put one up for him, just because his rebound and assist line is so low. I think FanDuel is just scared, honestly. But I love his points bet. If you're going to take any other bet on Klay Thompson, I would take his points. If you can't take his PRA, I would take his over 15.5. That is still very, very good here versus the Lakers. So I love that. And outside of that, we're officially putting 1/10 of a unit on this, guys. You can see we're going to win over 2.6 units on this if this cashes. So we could have potentially about a 8-unit day if we have a 5-0 sweep, which is what I'm looking for, guys. We could use it. I could use it. It would definitely be good for us. So I appreciate all you guys. That is going to do it for all of our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that, guys. We're really on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I can't wait to get there. We're having a lot of fun. I appreciate all of your guys' support here at the channel. You guys absolutely rock. We'll have our ladder challenge out later today. If you guys want early access to that, once again, you guys could sign up and become a Straight Fire MVP. I'll be giving early access to our MVPs on that as well. So make sure you guys sign up for that if you guys are interested. Outside of that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's have a great day. Let's speak that 5-0 into existence. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Peace out.